The new pornography industry is held by leftist males to be inherently radical.
New? By that I guess you mean as recent as the beginning of the human race?
Sex is claimed by the left as a leftist phenomenon.
But I usually see the Republicans having all the sex scandals, especially the gay ones, or those involving underage boys if you're a Catholic priest.
The trade in women is most of sex. The politics of liberation are claimed as indigenous to the left by the left. Central to the politics of liberation is the mass marketing of material that depicts women being used as whores.
I suppose by used as whores, you mean women get to be independent human beings rather than subjects you impose your will on.
The pimps of pornography are hailed by leftists as saviors and savants.
Really? Do they go around in fur coats, feather hats, platform shoes, and neon polyester leisure suits, holding gold chalices, handing out DVDs?
Larry Flynt has been proclaimed a savior of the counterculture, a working-class hero, and even in a full-page advertisement in the New York Times, signed by distinguished leftist literati, an American dissident, persecuted as the Soviet dissidents are.
I don't really care what you or anyone else thinks about some silly man who produces a magazine full of the most childish potty humor one could imagine. And this is coming from someone who is a big fan of potty humor. It takes a complete and total git to ruin a good fart joke. But I digress. Do go on.
Hugh Hefner is viewed as a pioneer of sexual freedom who showed, in the words of columnist Max Lerner, how the legislating of sexuality could be fought, how the absurd anti-play and anti-pleasure ethic could be turned into a stylish hedonism and a life way, which includes play and playfulness along with work.
Hugh Hefner? He doesn't even make pornography. Nudity and the fact that you might look at it while having a wank do not make something pornography. It's the same reason why parents the world over haven't been hauled in for taking pictures of their kids in the bathtub. Mind you, if you wank to that, you'd be one sick bastard. On the other hand, if sending a priest a childhood picture of me in the tub with my buttocks showing kept him satisfied so he didn't spend every waking moment balls deep in an altar boy's bum, it would be well worth it.
Lerner also credits Hefner with being a precursor of the women's movement. I would agree there, as I think, Hugh Hefner and his little Playboy magazine probably pissed off a lot of women.
So pissing people off is the problem? What about women being able to make lots of money for being hot and showing it off if they want to?
On the left, the sexually liberated woman is the woman of pornography. Female sexuality wants, has a right to, produces, and consumes pornography.
What the hell does that have to do with sexual liberation? If a woman wants to watch, star in, or produce porn, she can. And if she doesn't have to. That's real freedom, not your, all women have to do it my way, pseudo-freedom.
Because pornography is
visual and or auditory media depicting a sexual fantasy?
a pleasure.
Right, that too.
Leftist sensibility promotes and protects pornography because pornography is freedom.
No. Like I said, it's a depiction of a sexual fantasy. Virtually everyone has sexual fantasies. Therefore, virtually everyone has mind porn, so to speak. Freedom is just the reason why we get to have it instead of doing what some frigid twat wants everyone to do. By the way, I've got a cure for that. I could send you a diagram of these things I do to my wife, but you'd probably consider that porn. You might want to learn, though. I know my wife sure loves it anyway.
The pornography glut is bread and roses for the masses. Freedom is the mass marketing of woman as whore.
Now you're just conflating with some ridiculous Glenn Beck-style word association bullshit. Besides, a woman should be free to do what she wants to do with her body, whether it be porn, prostitution, or parking her butt in an office chair. The patriarchy should die. It shouldn't be usurped by a bunch of hags from the penis-hating lesbian religion for the purpose of perpetuating the oppression of women.
Free sexuality for the woman is in being massively consumed, denied an individual nature, denied any sexual sensibility other than that which serves the male.
Now you're just being a hypocrite. Women get to choose. They aren't forced into anything. It's you who seem to be dictating a woman's path. You are no different than the patriarchy. No matter how you spin it, telling a woman what she can and can't do is nothing but misogynistic bullshit.
Capitalism is not wicked or cruel when the commodity is the whore. Profit is not wicked or cruel when the alienated worker is a female piece of meat.
None of those things are wicked or cruel in and of themselves, and it has nothing to do with your hyperbolic nonsense about women.
Corporate blood-sucking is not wicked or cruel when the corporations in question, organized crime syndicates, sell cunt. Racism is not wicked or cruel when the black cunt, or yellow cunt, or red cunt, or Hispanic cunt, or Jewish cunt has her legs splayed for any man's pleasure.
Ooh, yeah.
Poverty is not wicked or cruel when it is the poverty of dispossessed women who have only themselves to sell. Violence by the powerful against the powerless is not wicked or cruel when it is called sex. Slavery is not wicked or cruel when it is sexual slavery. Torture is not wicked or cruel when the tormented are women, whores, cunts.
Sorry, what was that? I heard cunt a bunch of times and splayed for pleasure, and then I missed the rest. I was having a wank. I made a screen capture of you that I printed out. It looks like I knocked over a jar of mayo on it. Plus, I think my penis has gotten very sick. It threw up on me several times. On your picture, too, as I mentioned before. You ever see a car after a bird took a crap on it? Your forehead looks like that right now. Have you ever seen a bukkake where... Oh, right. I suppose you haven't. Okay, sorry. All cleaned up now. Please, go on.
The new pornography is left-wing, and the new pornography is a vast graveyard where the left has gone to die. The left cannot have its whores, and its politics, too.
What the hell are you talking about? The left is dying because we don't want your dry, sandy cunt dictating sexual matters to the rest of us? That is a massive load of floppy, fur-covered bollocks.